So you're on camera.
You're on camera.
Yeah, okay, of course, yeah.
No, but I guess the request was to add DRE to, you're persistent, that's funny. To the thing there, okay, let's do it. The issue is I really wanna get this wrapped up, because, and I guess I'm talking to everybody, but, obviously the council wants to get this wrapped up, and of course we want to, because I think the longer this goes, some divide might form, and we're too small to have a divide, and all this stuff. So, I guess the last thing was the DRE, and we increased the specialty pay, correct?
That is correct.
Alright, then I'm good with that, if everybody else is good with that.
At the figures that we said.
So we'll just say it one more time. So DRE year one will be $25, and we're gonna put it in the specialty pay article.
That's fine.
And that'll go to 50 year two.
Okay.
And then year two, we will increase all specialty pays by $10 a payday. And then year three, we'll increase all specialty pays by $5. So it'll be an additional 15 over the 3 years.
You wanted 25, right?
Yeah, we were going for 25, just trying to even out those MOUs a little bit. So, yeah, it was 10 in the year two.
We'll do
10,
10,
year two,
and then we'll do
15, year
5.
three.
We'll do, your DRE will be 25 and 50, but everybody else will be year 2, 10, year 3, 5, an additional 15 over the 3 years. I mean, some of them, like drone, don't need to be increased that much.
I can't see anything.
Yeah, so,
We can do 25 and take drone out.
Take drone out, you said?
that's a big less, but,
No,
yeah.
yeah.
That's good.
And so, just so you know where we're at, Les.
Yeah.
So, we have to take this back to the bargaining
Right.
unit too, so.
Absolutely.
That's one of the things that we have agreed to do. Brian and I are gonna have a meeting with the bargaining unit, explain to them
Perfect.
what's going on,
Yeah.
and, they're either gonna give a thumbs up or thumbs down, so.
Gotcha.
That was the reason to adding the specialty pay,
Yep.
is to kind of bring a couple maybe of those fence setters or no
Yeah,
votes
once
on
around
over.
the fence, bring them over. I'm completely okay with that. Can the vote be done this week? Is that possible?
They are going to be setting up 2 after-hours dates.
Okay.
So I can meet with all the bargaining unit members that want to.
Right.
Hopefully all of them. I'm trying to get them to push them all, and by doing 2 dates, that'll
Yeah.
make sure that we can get everyone in. Once, we'll do a rough vote at those meetings to see where people stand.
Yeah.
Then we can do the total vote on the entire contract. If we can get a copy of the contract as soon as possible, they can get it sent out, have people review it.
Okay.
And then
Yes.
immediately
Yes.
after that meeting, they can pretty much set a vote on the members, so I could see us getting it done by middle of next week.
Perfect.
And and we're understanding you're gonna let us use the room like we did the first contract, where Trudy and I will
Of course.
sit in here and count with maybe
Whatever-
one of
whatever
them,
you
and
guys need.
count the votes over 2 days, and then.
Yep.
Cool.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Jason, can we do 25 no drone?
I don't think that was a serious.
Yeah, that was it.
I'm good with that. You
Oh,
guys good
no,
with that?
no,
I'm going to put my mouth shut. I'll let Rizzo decide that one, that's nothing to do with me.
I missed the question.
They're saying go to 25 and do no drone.
yeah, we're not doing an additional 25 on drone. It's my understanding they haven't used the drones in 3 years.
If we could go to 25, I think that would be acceptable.
Just not removing drone altogether.
No,
they just
not
don't get-
removing
okay.
drone,
Yeah, they
just
just don't get the
increasing
bonus.
all 25 other than drone. Is that correct? Are you good
Or
with
were you
that?
talking about removing drone?
No, I wasn't talking about.
Okay.
Nope,
No.
not, don't put
Just
that
leaving
on me.
drone
Yeah,
25.
no, I was being an asshole
Yeah.
and saying removing drone, but yes, that's what he meant.
Yeah, I think if we could bump everybody up to 25, the other specialty pay, I think that would be acceptable, I think that's.
Cause I think, what is there, 2 or 3 people on drone?
Two.
So the majority still benefit on that, the remainder of those
Anyone wants
specialty
that to drink
pays.
under the table?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hopeful that this will definitely push some people over that line. Yeah. So
So, but Rose also gets DHI, so I mean, he's gonna still benefit from that. But I think we'll also have to increase the specialty pay cap with this, because some people are gonna be put over that.
What's the cap rate?
I wanna say it's 1.5, I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I thought motors was the exception. You think it's a
Yeah.
cap? Yeah, I think there's a cap for all of them, yeah. Is it 125, do you recall?
That sounds right.
Well, the thing is, I think there's an exception for motors and CID.
We'll look at the contract and look at the individuals,
Well,
because I'm sure they'll.
If we do
bring it up
that,
and have a
they're
sit
telling
down.
us that there's a cap
And then we'll play with
on the
it.
specialty, the cap would have to be, of course, raised.
That's what we're
Yeah,
talking about.
okay.
I was just, we were just looking at it, and maybe instead of writing it up as the MOUs, maybe let's just take a look at Article 33 and just adjust those specialty pays to where you think that you want them to be, and then increasing the cap, and then just, you know, because that's something we had talked about before, that, you know, last negotiations, we said, hey, we're gonna set these at these rates, and we can look at maybe adjusting them.
Okay.
That way, you know, if we leave the drone alone, we don't have to worry about that. We just leave it where it is. And then the CID, from what I'm hearing, right now it's 125 a payday. You guys would want it to be what, 150 a payday? The,
Probably.
Yes, over,
Yeah,
yeah,
that would-
yes.
So it would cover the difference.
and then the specialized unit for SWAT, how many people do we have doing that?
No, two.
Two.
Yeah.
So you wanna take that from 50 to 65?
Well, 75, I thought we were doing 25.
25?
Because you're talking about over the 3 years.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the total, the end goal would be 75.
Okay.
But, so, however we do it, but if you're telling me we're good with it, I can explain it to the guys, it doesn't matter how we do it.
Yeah. As long
I
as they
just
know the
need,
dollar
I just need
amount.
to know what I'm explaining to them.
I understand. I just think it might be cleaner and easier for everyone moving forward.
No, that's
just
fine.
to-
I don't care how we do
amend
it.
the article.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, so I'll write it up and let you look at it and see if
Perfect.
you're good with it. But we'll adjust the others, we'll leave drone alone, and we'll add DRE,
And then
essentially.
the sooner you can get an accurate spreadsheet, the better,
Yes.
because I'd like to have
No.
that as a.
Yes.
From my understanding,
visual.
you guys want that calculation done without the blended overtime rate. You just want,
Without the specialty pay.
Yes.
That's what, yeah,
Because guys were saying to us, they're like, hey, that's not my actual base, because if I'm
Right.
not on that specialized unit, that's not what I'm gonna actually make, is what they were saying.
Yeah, it makes sense. 'cause
right,
we
it
don't-
does make sense,
Specialty's
yeah.
not guaranteed.
But just
so-
remember, when they get their first
Yeah, you'll have
paychecks in
specialty added to this,
October, okay,
Yeah.
alright.
And as far as, like you were saying, without the blended, the overtime, that was, I think we're good on clarifying that with everybody.
I can explain it to everybody, I can even use the spreadsheets you have now to explain the concept.
Okay.
He explained it to me and I got it, so
Yeah, so-
everybody
Then
understands.
then we may only have.
We're good.
I don't know.
Open yourself.
I don't think he's at the bottom of the ladder.
No, everybody should be able
He's
to get
close.
it.
I'm the bottom of the barrel, thank you, so if I can understand it, I can get anybody to.
all right, so
All right, good.
Thank you, Liz.
Thanks.
No,
Thank
that's
you.
no problem. Good
Excellent.
seeing you too.
Thank you.
Yeah,
And we'll work, like I said, we'll work on that and get it as done as humanly fast as possible.
And this is,
Yeah.
for the DREs,
Uh-oh,
we're
who's in
Thanks,
not
James.
having any grant money, is that correct?
Well, he asked a question, make sure DRE is without the grant money.
it's gonna be added to the
Yes.
article.
Okay. I'm still gonna do the grant, don't worry.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, let's
Trust me,
I know you
not do
will.
the grant.
I know
yeah.
you will.
Yeah,
Okay, so
Yeah.
you- what do you?
Oh, we
what
can
do you-
put something in there that if he
I'm
doesn't,
gonna-
he has to pay me.
yeah.
When do you,
Do the grant,
maybe
yeah.
tomorrow?
No, I'm gonna have this to you by the end of today. I'll
Okay.
have
Very
all the
good.
articles to you,
I like that.
Excellent.
and the whole
Yeah.
contract.
We just need to talk about the timing.
Thank
And
you.
then you guys
Oh,
just
yes.
figure out the dates.
Yes.
and let me
That was
know.
one of the big ones.
And we'll just
So-
use these after
Oh,
hours,
I
and
see.
that way, I
So,
can- just give me a heads up so I can
Right.
make sure I got the kids covered.
Oh, what do we got here?
I sent this to you in the email, but I
You
just
guys
wanna
wanna
talk
give us
a
$100
little bit
million?
about.
Thank you.
This is for the.
I just
Worth a
think,
shot.
one of the things that I wanted to clarify, or just to make it
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's written out pretty good.
easier, or I just wanna make sure that we're all on the same page on this one. But when we're comparing to the other agencies, I wanna be comparing to the other municipalities. I don't wanna count the county as one of the municipalities that we're being compared to when we talk about if we drop below.
The sheriff's office come up,
Right.
okay.
'Cause I-
So let me rewrite that to
So
say.
any other police department?
And municipalities.
Like city.
So if we drop below 7, if we include the county on it, I mean, we're never gonna be able to compete with the county, so I just wanna make sure we're the
County's
same.
actually not even up there.
Yeah, the counties, their actual pay is garbage, their actual pay is good,
But it was just, yeah, it was just.
Yeah, but I don't think we'd be opposed to that, because
No, that's fine.
they're basically all the municipal
That's
police
exactly-
agencies, is who you want to
exactly
say,
right.
okay.
I'll tell you what, why don't I list them on
They're
the
in Duluth.
second page, I'll list them.
And
Here's an odd question, since we're getting rid of county, could we move it from 7th to 6th?
That's the reason why we're getting rid of county, because if we
Yeah,
included the county, I would've
yeah,
made it
no.
8th.
Yeah.
We have, let's
So-
see. so
Alright,
let's
how do
see.
you feel about 6.5?
This one?
Stop making it confusing.
We're being reasonable.
Oh, and there was a question, so we're doing our, I wanna make sure we understand, we're doing it from the starting pay. So you're
Yes.
gonna base that on the
Yes.
starting pay?
Yes.
Okay,
I took this verbiage from New Smyrna Beach.
right.
So we've decided we want starting pay to stay the same for this contract.
definitely,
Too late. Too late.
If we put that, starting wage stays the same for all 3 years, then we don't have to make any adjustments, despite what all the other agencies do, right?
Well played, sir, well played.
Yep.
So I'll just list them, that way there's no question.
And
I
then
just got out lawyered.
That was a good one. Like, that cancels
So
that.
how many,
right?
how many do you have, how many agencies do you have?
Did you have that?
Yes, I'll be somewhere.
So I got Edgewater, Ponce-Emma,
We got
New
7.
Smyrna Shores, DeLand, Daytona, Holly Hill, and Ormond.
Somewhere in here, hold on.
Orange City.
Both Orange City.
Yeah, so I kinda looked at it, so we had New Smyrna Beach, Daytona Beach, DeLand, the Shores.
No, I don't wanna use the shores, cause they're totally, I mean, they're triple certified.
Triple
They're-
trained.
Yeah, that's totally different.
Alright, take out the shores, put it at 6, we're good to go.
Yeah, Port Orange, Ormond, Orange City, Edgewater, our agency, Holly Hill, and Ponce-Inlet.
Let me cross
How
out.
many total is that?
Edgewater.
If we get rid of the Shores, it's 10.
So if we take out the shores, it's 9.
No, if we take out the Shores, it's 10.
I would take out the shores, it's 10.
Good, including yourself.
Correct.
So,
Okay,
yeah.
that's what I got, is 10.
Yeah, we're good with taking out the shores for 6th, right?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
We don't know how much longer they'll have a police department, so
Yeah.
they keep quitting.
It's true. You guys don't have that problem, thank God, right?
Yeah.
So if we're comparing the 10 agencies, we're gonna say that if we fall below 6, we'll adjust up to 5?
Yep. Yeah.
And that's
Is that what
gonna
you guys
be,
want?
That works. Yeah, sure, it's
Put us right in the
certified, so that
middle,
one
put us right in the middle.
That's,
Yep.
That's what we talked about before.
perfect.
So nobody can complain.
Should've taken my 6.5.
That's what Les said before, we were right in the middle.
That's,
That's what, obviously, that's the goal of both sides, and including the council. We don't wanna see anybody fall to the bottom.
Despite recent.
I'm not gonna be able to pay my FPL bill.
Yeah, and,
No shit.
Yeah, I can't pay my FPL bill.
I got solar panels, so I can pay mine.
Might be able to one of
the solar panels, you got them on your roof? How long have you had them?
Five.
I got 'em with the house.
$60.
Oh, really?
if we fall
I got
below 6,
23
we
up on
adjust
the west side of the
Yeah.
house, and I got a pool,
So
and
6
my
or lower.
wife makes me keep it at 90 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so
if
you got solar.
So I got two
basically it's
AC
a lower
units.
bottom than what you're going.
So if we drop below 6, we adjust up to 5.
That's an automatic adjustment, or is it a reopener?
It's a reopener.
No,
No, she said
no,
automatically up to 5th.
Yeah.
automatic, cause we don't want a reopener.
Okay, so,
We'll just,
just for clarification,
You guys
You're
don't
not
wanna
just-
deal with me more?
oh,
you're not raising starting pay,
Yeah.
you're raising everybody's pay, not just starting.
It says right here,
Yeah.
the percentage increase necessary to
Okay.
adjust.
I just wanna make sure I got that.
Yep.
Not reading it.
I know you don't, clearly,
And this was
but you
just,
read Doug's great.
and this was a spreadsheet that I had got to around March, just to kind of show how we would do that.
Yep.
Is just kind of compare it
March, basically.
where we were adjusted up, it was like a 2.6% that we had fallen behind, and that's just
So it gets compared every March, basically, is,
correct.
okay.
And who's responsible for that? Is that you guys or?
We'll work together, Casey.
I think we should, like, I think we would work together.
Yeah.
We have to agree upon,
Right.
you know,
Of course.
what that is.
And no talking to the other municipalities and tell them to advertise a lower starting wage.
I heard,
Yeah.
you guys represent New Smyrna, right?
Yep.
So we'll just be using probably the same list they use, so.
We're just gonna leave here and we'll get this done, and we're gonna move over to Smyrna, say, hey, you fell below.
Yeah.
And then-
Yeah, I don't see this going well.
I see this going well. I love it.
But that's another point to make. I remember we were talking about worrying about where the sergeants were. We included the starting sergeant pay, so if our starting sergeant pay is falling behind, it's gonna be the same adjustment for them. So
Yeah, I saw that.
That should,
That's good.
goes a long way to answering those concerns that they're not.
They'll
Yeah,
definitely like
for
that.
sure. They will like that. That needs to be explained, yeah.
Yeah,
that's
make sure
great.
we point that out,
Okay.
because that's 5 votes.
But one won't affect the other. So
Right,
if
but
starting
that's-
officer gets brought up, that's not gonna affect sergeants?
The way that we wrote it, we will probably compare the two separately.
Officers,
Officers from this
sergeants.
pod,
That's
sergeants
ours.
from that pod.
That's good.
You may just want to,
And that's why we put it in front of you, however it needs to be written for it to be
Yeah.
clear.
yeah, and that's,
And-
I just say that the percentage increase necessary to adjust starting pay will also be applied to all active full-time sworn officers in that group.
In that group.
So here's my only problem
That way
with
if it's
that.
sergeants,
Not every one of the units that we have has a base sergeant's pay. So,
Oh.
like, you have a base starting pay, but they don't have a base sergeant's pay. So
Yeah.
how would we go?
Oh, they don't have a minimum sergeant?
Yeah, no, some of
Some of
them,
'em
actually,
don't.
quite a few of them are just a 5 to 10%.
So how would we do,
raise
should we just do it off the
from
lowest paid
Yeah.
sergeant that they have at the time? I mean, or do it average?
That I
or-
don't know. I don't know how that.
Because I don't wanna run into a problem when we get in the middle of the contract with that, because I
Yeah.
foresee that.
'Cause our sergeant pay, I believe, is 25% higher than the starting officer pay. We could leave it at.
But, you know, what we could do is look at where the sergeants are at and what the essentially average new sergeant makes.
Or if they don't have a starting, just go with the, say an agency doesn't have the starting, just go with the minimum sergeant pay.
Well, that's
there
what,
will be their
we just
starting
wanna
pay.
understand it on how that.
And the problem you run into there is if all your sergeants are 5 years or longer in that agency,
Well, it's not fair.
I mean, while I like it for you guys, it's
Yeah.
not fair to the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think, maybe the average of the 3-year, you know?
I think we're just gonna have to do a judgment call on it.
Okay.
How many agencies do report their starting?
Well, like DeLand does not have a starting sergeant's pay.
Yeah, neither does Ormond.
I don't think
neither
New
does
Smyrna does either.
New Smyrna, no, they're just a raise too.
No, I think you changed that, I think that's wrong. I think-
Orange City just started a.
Yeah, Orange City just did.
I mean, because, again, the way ours pay travel built, with the sergeants, it's gonna be 25% higher than the starting officer pay. So obviously, when the starting officer pay goes up, the starting sergeant pay goes up. And percentage-wise, it would push through.
Yeah, I think doing the sergeants with, you know, kind of a judgment call, because I don't see there being an issue with sergeants. The only reason we had it in Orange City was because of their screwed up pay structure.
Is it easier to do them with the officers?
Well, what if we did
Together
it?
then?
And that's what they would do. If the officers go up, I'm assuming sergeants would go up as well because they're
Like if they
also
went up 50
officers.
cents an hour.
But what if
Yeah.
we did like a multiplier, like a 1.5 for sergeants only? So if we go up, we get increased by whatever that percentage is, and then sergeants would get increased by 1.5 times whatever that number is.
Well, what do you say? Sergeants are, generally speaking, 25% higher, so why not a 1.25?
Yeah, or
That way, you kind of help fix compression too, if you ever run into that issue.
I'm just trying to think, because I don't
No,
want to run
that's-
into
I
something
didn't realize
with
that.
the contract where, you know, some of these, Port Orange has a starting pay for their sergeants. But, you know, I think New Smyrna does, but vast majority is just a 10 or 15% pay raise. So, you know, I don't want to run into that in the middle of
Well, since you're negotiating with all those agencies otherwise, just make them start sergeants and starting pay.
Yeah, it's easy.
It's knocking down dominoes, right? We gotta do one domino, then the other domino.
Yeah.
Then we can start an arms race in two different directions. I'm with this, let's do it.
I mean, do you think it'll be a deal killer if we just handle everybody as a police officer? Just, you know, if you guys.
Everybody together,
Yeah.
like if go up 50
Yeah.
cents, they go up 50 cents, I don't.
Yeah.
Well, it's gonna be,
sounds easier.
we're doing it as a percentage,
Yeah,
so
that's-
since
Well,
they,
yeah, percentage.
but they have a higher.
3%, then, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Okay, so I'll just put sworn officers then,
Okay.
just, yeah, keep it simple.
just years of service, yeah, like, whatever.
Alright,
Yeah, I don't see.
I don't know.
I don't.
Cause it's a percentage, so their percentage is.
Yeah.
Well,
And I'll tell you, I don't
fine.
see an issue in the next 3 years with dealing with sergeants, so with the next contract, if that becomes an issue, we can handle it.
Okay.
This just keeps the agency on board.
but if
I
the
like
police
it.
officers fall behind, we'll
Yeah,
increase
sergeants.
everybody,
Right.
including sergeants.
So, yeah, I
Okay.
think that'll suffice.
I kinda like the automatic increase too, cause, yeah, that's good. I like it. Instead of a reopener.
No reopener,
Personally,
just,
I like that.
Okay, that's fine.
yeah,
Makes it
Does
easier.
nobody wanna deal with me? Come on, guys. I thought we had
Oh,
fun.
this year's been.
Okay, so.
yeah. We'll get you a spreadsheet, we'll get you the new wage article, the new specialty pay article. Were you guys happy with the way the, 23 was written, just taking out that 4 hours, and putting it at straight time?
I mean, happy, no.
Not happy, but okay.
I'm happy with it, because it'll benefit me directly, but as
Yeah.
far as the members, I can't say that that's.
And that's, like I said, I'm gonna explain to the members what effect this has. And
Yeah, you
here-
gotta explain that, 'cause I've tried telling people, and when they hear take out those words.
No, nobody understands how it
When
works.
you were,
Yeah. Yes.
And the spreadsheet's gonna help that because I can show them and I
Yeah.
can show them.
The holidays is, so the holidays is that's where you're gonna make it all back, right?
There is no making it back because the way they're doing it,
There's no loss,
yeah, it's only benefit.
Okay.
yeah,
there's no loss.
Especially with the call-outs.
And additionally, and again, I don't wanna put this out there because I don't want to confuse everybody, but you're getting credit for your specialty pay, because when we make that conversion, that's getting converted into your base rate.
Yep,
So if you get specialty pay, you're starting,
you're basically getting extra credit.
yeah. Again, and I'll be, the benefit for the city is we can say now, it's a higher rate of pay, times the 2184, we get credit for what we're paying you, and it pushes us over that 50 grand a year, that what we would advertise, we're gonna start, compared to, 45, 46, some of the other agencies will be at anywhere $50,000 a year.
No, that's good for your average and your starting, so.
Yeah. And that's the only benefit for us, everything else benefits you guys. It's just, that math.
that's what we figured, I was actually talking about, we were trying to figure out why everybody, and workday,
Yeah.
84 or 80 straight time doesn't work in workday.
No,
Yeah.
it's,
Yeah.
I can explain it in a simple way that I can understand, so they'll understand it. So if
And it's
the yes or no vote